It is the third game for Liverpool in the UEFA Champions League, and we've won one, we've lost one, and it's high time that we win another one. वेलकम बैक टू माय चैनल द मार्चिंग रेड्स। मैं हूं अमन चीमा। इस वीडियो में आई एम गोइंग टू प्रीव्यू द गेम बिटवीन आइंट्रिक फ्रैंकफर्ट एंड लिवरपूल गोइंग टू बी प्लेड एट द फ्रैंकफर्ट स्टेडियम एंड लेट्स स्टार्ट राइट अवे। Liverpool is coming after four losses in a row, three in the Premier League, one in the Champions League, and there have been lots of talks, narratives being set. But as a Liverpool fan, of course, it's not the best place to be in, but I am all the more optimistic for this game and for the season because I have no reason to feel depressed. Of course, there are reasons to feel unhappy, but all I'm trying to come at is that ये ऐसे टाइम पे आपको rather than ब्लेम गेम करना है या फिर किसी को आजकल के वर्ल्ड में अब्यूजेस हर्ल करने हैं या फिर नेगेटिव कमेंट्स करने हैं। सबको पता है क्या हो रहा है। सबको पता है कि भाई थोड़ी सी केमिस्ट्री थोड़ी सी फ्लुएंसी हमारे गेम में नहीं आ रही है। बट आई वुड रादर यूज एवरी डे एज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी एंड मेक मी फील दैट वी आर वन डे क्लोजर टू बीइंग दैट परफेक्ट टीम। सो दिस इज द वे आई एम अप्रोचिंग। इफ यू आर अ लिवरपूल फैन, लेट मी नो हाउ you are approaching this whole situation. But rather than me criticizing, blaming, and giving out any negative energy, ra- rather than focusing on that, I would use any stimulus to make sure that I convert it into something positive, which eventually would lead to us performing the way that all the fans want us to see. So, yeah, this is who I am, and this is how I am going to approach the games forward. Because don't get me wrong, पिछले 2-3 हफ्तों में मेरा भी थोड़ा सा दिमाग खराब हो रहा था कि इतनी मस्त टीम है, इतनी बढ़िया टीम है, एंड आई गेट द फैक्ट कि भी थोड़ा इनको टाइम चाहिए टू जेल इन, बट व्हाई आर वी नॉट गेटिंग रिजल्ट्स? बट इट इज व्हाट इट इज। वी हैव टू टेक व्हाट is being served to us in terms of the results and the performances. यहाँ से मजा आएगा once we get to better times. So yeah, playing 11 की मैं बात करूंगा because मेरे को वहीं से शुरुआत करनी है। यूनाइटेड के खिलाफ we played the same 11 that took the pitch against Chelsea, and ठीक है, काफी लोग बोल रहे थे कि भाई when it didn't work against Chelsea, how did you expect कि वो यूनाइटेड के खिलाफ भी चलेगा? बट मेरा अप्रोच ये था कि although I did not fully agree with Slot, I was like ठीक है, maybe give this team another chance at home at Anfield to get this thing right, which unfortunately we didn't. But you could see why Arne Slot chose this team. इस गेम में, however, there is this big concern of Ryan Gravenberch not traveling with the squad, so definitely एक change तो पक्का होगा ही होगा। उसी के साथ साथ there are a lot of elements that we have to focus on, whether Mohamed Salah would start or not, whether Milos Kerkez would start or not, whether Florian Wirtz would get a start in this game, because definitely these players will be involved in the game, but whether they start, whether they'll come on the from the bench, that is a question that needs to be answered. If you ask me my playing 11, I mean, I am telling you my playing 11, it would be Mamad Ashwali in goal, no doubt about it. Frimpong has to play this game. The only question would be whether he starts as the right back or the right winger. Uh, hmm. Okay, I would start Frimpong as the right back because, of course, we are aware with his offensive qualities and the potential threat that he can create for us against the opposition. So I would rather start him at that right back position because he can recover quickly also. So Frimpong at the right back position, then Konate and Van Dijk at the centre back positions, and then instead of Kirkes, I would like to see Andy Robertson start this game because Kirkes has not had the best start to his life at Liverpool. Don't get me wrong. Like I can see his hard work. I can see the fact that he's trying very very hard. But अभी तक वो click नहीं हुआ है. And then maybe you can just allow him to start on the bench for this game and be a little away from the unwanted eyes or so. So I would see Robertson getting a start in this one. And in the midfield, given the fact that we do not have Gravenberch here, Of course, we've got options like Endo coming in, but I don't think that he'll start. We would be going for पहले तो बात ये कि फॉर्मेशन कौन सी खिलाएगा स्लॉट सो आई वुड स्टिल गो फॉर अ 4-3-3 mix of a 4-2-3-1 sort of a formation. In that formation, I would like to see Curtis Jones and Soboslai start. And I know they're not those players जो कि number 6 खेलते हैं, but one of them would be given that defensive responsibility. And yeah, I won't mind if it is Soboslai or even if it is Curtis Jones. However, I would like to see McAllister start this game, but only as a number 6, like that defensive midfielder role में, because he got substituted early in the United game again with that head injury and that preseason form not being at its best. You could see that he would only play 60 minutes or so. So maybe we could see him as the number 6, but definitely Florian Wirtz has to start. So out of Curtis Jones, Soboslai, and McAllister, he'll have to pick two of them, and maybe one comes from the bench. If I had to pick two of these three midfielders, I would pick Soboslai and Jones. And definitely, given the fact that Soboslai has played a lot of minutes for us already in this season, I just hope he gets substituted around that 50-60 minute mark. And hopefully McAllister should replace him, and maybe he can take that number 6 role after he comes on from the bench. And then Florian Wirtz has to start, like he has to be in that number 10 position, like for him and for the other guy which I'm going to mention very soon. It will be a very nice game for them to start because they'll be returning back to Germany. One would be returning back to the league or like the opposition that he played against in the league, and one would be playing his former team. So my midfield would be Curtis Jones, Soboslai, and Florian Wirtz. And in the attack line, starting on the left wing position, it has to be Cody Gakpo. He looked very attacking in the United game. Of course, he missed a few chances, but then again, the fact that we were creating chances, that was the only positive that I could see from the United game, and he was in the thick of things. So he starts for me in the left wing position, and in the right wing position, Mohamed Salah has to start from the bench because, given the fact that he has not looked at his very best, I understand everybody can go through it. It's not a like how should I say this? So it is not just because he's looking out of form, and it's not कि भाई मेरे को साला को drop करना है to the bench. It is more of like we have the luxury to start him on the bench, and the fact that we could use more players and be more dynamic in the build up play and sort of be a little more attacking. That is where my pick for this right winger is coming from, and that would be Federico Chiesa. Yes, he wasn't even in the squad of the Champions League when like Leone was fit, but just because he got his ACL done, unfortunately, in that case, Federico Chiesa got named as a substitute, and then look at the fate of things that he would be starting for me in this game in the right wing position. And in the number 9 position, it has to be the former Eintracht Frankfurt player in Hugo Ekitike. So the fact that we are able to see Hugo Ekitike, Florian Wirtz, and Cody Gakpo play again right from that very first whistle would be an interesting element to see, with the fact that Chiesa would be coming in, and then Frimpong would be attacking that right wing back space. So that would be an interesting element which I really hope would work against Eintracht, which should work against Eintracht Frankfurt, because this is a team who has been scoring a lot of goals, but having said that, they've been conceding a lot of goals too. So I'm expecting a lot of goals in this game, hopefully more for the Liverpool Reds and not for the home team in this case. But given the fact that it's being played at their home stadium, you would expect fans to be loud. And the fact that they beat Galatasaray 5-1 और हम लोग उन्हीं से 1-0 हार के आ रहे हैं, so you already know कि भाई ऐसा तो है नहीं कि it's going to be a cagey game 1-0 2-0. Like I would be surprised if it ends up like this. But I'm expecting goals here in this game. I just hope we get a win. अब तो like जैसे पहले स्पेशली इन द यूनाइटेड गेम आई वाज होपिंग दैट हम लोग एटलीस्ट एक अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस करें ताकि we start looking more of Liverpool rather than that what we've been looking at. But अभी ऑलरेडी हम लोग ऐसी सिचुएशन में पहुंच चुके हैं दैट वी आर लाइक व्हाट 15 16th in the Champions League table and already 4 points off in the Premier League. Like अब तो वो सिचुएशन आ गई कि that we have to win. Every next game for Liverpool is important and या बस जीतो यार लाइक लेट्स गेट बैक टू विनिंग वेज हार के भी देख लिया है नहीं मजा आ रहा है एंड लाइक या लेट्स टर्न दिस टाइड to our favor now and maybe just put in that 1% extra or that 5% extra and if we can get a positive result here that would definitely be a massive boost for us looking at the fact that we've got games against Brentford away coming up and Crystal Palace and like मैचेस तो आते ही रहेंगे बट यहाँ पे एक विक्ट्री का होना गिवन द फैक्ट दैट इट्स इन द चैंपियंस लीग आल्सो व्हिच इज अ डिफरेंट कंपटीशन टू द प्रीमियर लीग सो या आई जस्ट फील दैट बस यार जितवाओ मेरे को नहीं मतलब I don't know whether my analysis have made sense or not. It's just the fan in me which is saying कि भाई बहुत हो गया है. Let's go out there for a victory and yeah. उसी के साथ साथ I would not be surprised. In fact, I would be hoping all those big names to be coming onto the pitch if Slot decides to play with my playing 11. I would love to see Mohamed Salah coming off the bench, Alexander Isak coming off the bench, and maybe Rio gets like 10 minutes or so. And yeah, maybe just to shore up a little bit, we could also see Connor Bradley coming on, replacing Frimpong, and then या मतलब क्वालिटी तो बहुत है यार इस टीम में पर बस ये है कि भाई एक बार क्लिक करना शुरू हो जाए ना आई थिंक दैट वुड जस्ट बी इट एंड दिस वुड बी द परफेक्ट गेम फॉर अस व्हाई बिकॉज यहाँ पे जो न्यू साइनिंग्स हैं वर्ड्स एकेटीके they've played against this opposition last year or like one of them has played in this team last year so एक होता है ना कि थोड़ी सी familiar territory पे आप आ जाते हो and combined with the fact that they've been linking up well with Cody Gakpo, Soboslai and Federico Chiesa can also like sort of chip in with another assist which is like he's been carrying the team in a way so that would be amazing and उसी के साथ साथ again no injuries please like खेलो बिंदास खेलो बट थोड़ा देख कर खेलो बिकॉज ग्रावनबर्ग की इंजरी कितनी है लाइक वी आर होपिंग दैट ही वुड बी फिट फॉर द नेक्स्ट प्रीमियर लीग गेम ऑन द वीकेंड बट यू डोंट वांट कि एक और इंजरी हो जाए जिसकी वजह से वी आर फोर्स्ड टू प्ले certain players either out of position or certain players who've not had enough minutes in their bodies so yeah this was my preview for this game. And do let me know in the comment section on how you think Liverpool or Arne Slot should approach this game, or who do you think Liverpool should start in this game? And yeah, score predictions. Just give me at least one goal more than what Eintracht Frankfurt has scored. I would be happy with it. Get me those 3 points. And yeah, more of an analytical preview. This was more of a fan kind of a preview, which is, I think, the need of the hour right now. So, yeah, if you've liked this video, let me know by liking this video, chiming in with your comments, because that is where I can feel and I think that we can discuss different footballing perspectives. And also let me know by subscribing to my channel. I will see you in the next one. Take care.